Today in Los Angeles, the city is gearing up for a potentially record-breaking heat wave. Officials are warning it could get dangerous quickly.
Hey, it's Garrett.
And I'm Leah.
Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day, with Leah and Garrett in Los Angeles.
First up, the city and county are on high alert for this week's extreme heat, expected to run through Saturday. Some inland and valley spots could push up to 108 degrees. Agencies are pre-deploying teams, meaning they're getting people and gear in place ahead of problems. The Los Angeles County Fire Department has ramped up staffing to be ready for potential wildfires. Mayor Karen Bass put out fresh guidance today. She emphasized using cooling centers. Those are public, air-conditioned spaces where you can get relief if your home is too hot. The National Weather Service has a red flag warning in effect across parts of Southern California. That's a fire danger alert. Hot, dry, windy conditions make it easy for flames to spread fast. One more wrinkle. Southern California Edison says it is considering planned power shutoffs for about 5,700 customers to prevent sparks from power lines if winds pick up. And even the coast is unusually warm, with elevated surf and strong rip currents, which increase the risk of ocean drownings.
Yeah, that checks out. What's tough here is the nights staying hot. When it never really cools off, your body can't reset from daytime heat, and that boosts health risks the next day. Add in gusty winds and low humidity, and you have the recipe for those big plume-driven wildfires, basically the kind that build their own weather. I'm wondering about our readiness, though. If the grid is stressed and power shutoffs happen, are we set up with enough cooling centers, outreach teams, and backup generators to cover neighborhoods that already run warm at night?
Good point. The utilities move, often called a public safety power shutoff, is a last resort to cut ignition risk during dangerous wind events. It's meant to prevent fires, but it can be brutal during a heat wave. City officials say cooling centers are open across LA, and libraries and rec centers are pitching in. If you rely on powered medical devices, make a plan now, charge batteries, and know your closest cooling site. And if you're heading to the beach to cool off, remember the strong rip currents, swim near lifeguard towers, and check those posted warnings.
Next up, this summer in Southern California has been all about record warm nights and even broiling beaches. Climate scientist Daniel Swain points to unusually warm nearshore ocean water and higher humidity. That's why it has felt kind of Miami-like along our coast. More moisture in the air acts like a blanket, trapping heat overnight. Experts say this isn't just a one-off. It fits a broader global warming trend. And El Niño, which is a natural Pacific Ocean pattern that typically warms ocean waters and shifts weather, could keep things warmer and muggier into fall and winter.
Real talk. The Miami-level humidity surprised me. Sweat just doesn't evaporate the same way, so your body can't cool off as easily. That ramps up the risk for heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Why are our nights, specifically, running so warm compared to what people remember from past summers?
Two big drivers. First, the ocean is like a giant heat battery. Warmer water releases heat into the air overnight along the coast and nearby valleys. Second, higher humidity slows nighttime cooling. Clouds and moisture reduce how much heat escapes back to space. Put those together, and you wake up already behind on cooling. That's why checking on older neighbors, outdoor workers, and anyone without AC matters even more this week.
All right, on to the next. A major legal fight is unfolding over election authority. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco seized more than 650,000 ballots tied to the Proposition 50 redistricting race, claiming voter fraud. Chad Bianco is the elected sheriff for Riverside County, east of LA. His action triggered lawsuits from the UCLA Voting Rights Project and California Attorney General Rob Bonta. Bonta is the state's top law enforcement officer. The California Supreme Court heard arguments this week and signaled skepticism that a sheriff can seize ballots without proven criminal wrongdoing. The court's ruling could set a precedent on how much power law enforcement has over election processes in California.
That's a curveball. Seizing ballots is a huge step. Without specific evidence of a crime, it risks undermining trust. There's also the chain of custody to think about. the documented trail of how ballots are handled from voters to final count. Disrupting that can raise doubts even if nothing improper happened. However the justices rule, it's going to clarify where a sheriff's authority stops and where state election law takes over. And that clarity is essential for election integrity going forward. All right, moving on. A jury returned a guilty verdict in the ambush-style killing of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Klinkenbroomer. He was shot in September 2023 while stopped at a red light in Palmdale, just days after getting engaged. The defendant, Kevin Eduardo Cataneo Salazar, was found guilty of first-degree murder. Now the case moves into what's called the sanity phase. Jurors decide whether he was legally sane at the time of the crime. If they find he was not legally sane, he would be sent to a psychiatric facility rather than a standard prison. Salazar's defense points to long-standing mental health issues, while prosecutors emphasized evidence of planning. Investigators noted he had expressed a desire to kill a police officer in the past.
This one really resonates with me. It's heartbreaking for the deputy's family and colleagues. He was a third-generation member of the department, and it puts a spotlight on the thin line our justice system has to walk with mental illness. Two truths can exist at once: a devastating crime and a person who may be severely ill. We need better mental health care upstream, meaning long before someone is in crisis, and steady support for first responders who live with these risks every day. Last up, the Malibu Farmers Market, a local fixture since 1998, just got bounced from Legacy Park and is temporarily setting up in the Malibu City Hall parking lot. The market had moved to Legacy Park back in 2023 while the Santa Monica College Malibu satellite campus was under construction. Last week, the city said the market could no longer operate at the park, citing the end of that temporary arrangement. For now, the city is allowing the market at City Hall until a permit, meaning official authorization, is in place to move back to the college site. The sudden shift means fewer vendors for the moment and some logistical hiccups while everyone adjusts.
Yeah, that hits different for small businesses. Markets aren't just vibes on a Sunday, they're income streams for farms, food makers, and artisans. A parking lot location can work in a pinch, but it's not always ideal for foot traffic or shade, especially during this heat. Here's hoping the city and the organizers nail down a clear, quick plan so vendors and shoppers know exactly where to go week to week.
That's all for today on Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett in Los Angeles. Have a great day and join us again tomorrow.